Hey guys, what's up? Xander here with the first episode of the series Gaming the Zone. This series is going to run through all sorts of Warzone tips, tactics, updates, and other info you need to know to stay on the competitive edge in Warzone. Today, I'm going to run through something some may think is controversial, but just hear me out for a second. I think when you give it a try, you're going to like this. I've been running the Decoy over the heartbeat in the beginning of my games for a little bit now. We're going to break down some tacticals today. We're going to go the heartbeat sensor versus the decoy grenade. We'll figure out how they work, how to run them effectively, and why sometimes I am running the decoy instead of the heartbeat sensor. So let's get right into it. The heartbeat sensor is one of the most used pieces of tactical equipment in Warzone, and respectively so. Who wouldn't want to be able to just pull out a UAV at any point during the game? So, in its pros column, it's got giving you the information on where players are. But with this great power comes obviously some pitfalls and limitations to even the playing field. First of all, if a player is using ghosts, they don't appear on the heartbeat at all. And the heartbeat is limited in its search area. At the time the heartbeat sensor pings, it takes a 180-degree snapshot of what is in front of you at a range of about 50 meters. So, as shown in the example, there are a couple players that are going to be shown on screen. The player in blue is going to be visible. They aren't using ghost, and they're within the search area for the heartbeat sensor. The players in red, they are either using ghost, outside of the 50-meter radius, or are behind you when you're taking your first sweep with the heartbeat sensor. Now I'm going to show you what the screen would look like, showing you that one player in blue on your heartbeat sensor. At the bottom of the screen, you're going to see a distance. And this is really important because if you ever pull out the heartbeat sensor and it's not showing a distance after it started its sweep, then it's not going to show any person on that go around. So you can put it away and wait to use it again. This helps with speeding up the time between using the heartbeat sensor on when it can ping again, and it also helps by putting it away when there's no one going to show up, so that way you can make sure that you have your weapon ready to be in another fight. One of the most common pitfalls with the heartbeat sensor is using it as a crutch when lacking situational awareness. It should be used not just to be used as like a UAV, but it should kind of help to accentuate any information that you're already finding around the battlefield. So when you're coming up on, say, a door that is pushed into a building, this information tells you that there's likely someone inside. That's a perfect time to slow down, listen for some audio cues, and pull out the heartbeat and start checking for what's going on. If you're running around with the heartbeat up all the time, it gives other players an advantage to get the drop on you before you can get your weapon back into the fight. So with all this being said, you may be wondering, how could I ever suggest another tactical? Let's break down the decoy and you'll start to see why. So the decoy is exactly that. It's meant to throw other players off and confuse them with more pings of fire on their map. It has a fairly long life of about 15 seconds, and it'll move and bounce around to help give the illusion that it is a moving enemy. However, decoy is just that, an illusion. And if the enemy can see the decoy, then expect them not to be fooled. It's like showing someone a magic trick where you explain exactly how you're going to do it before it happens. It loses all the magic. So what the trick is when using a decoy is getting it in what I like to call the Goldilocks zone. It's not too far, but not too close. It's somewhere that is definitely not directly visible by the other player. Another piece that you want to think about when using this is that you want to play this tactical somewhere where the other player would have to move out of their area, wherever they're in cover, and allow themselves to be drawn out so that way you can get the drop on them. Honestly, that's it for the decoy because it's a pretty simple tactical equipment. So we've run through how they work and how to use them, but why run one over the other? I've been finding at the beginning of my matches, I've been looking for decoy more than I've wanted the heartbeat sensor, because when you're dropping in, you're looking for where other players are dropping. You're kind of paying attention to that already. So if you're dropping somewhere that's hot, you already know kind of roughly where you've seen players dropping. Say if you're dropping at the hangars, You know that there might have been a team that went to one hangar, or a couple of players that went to one hangar, or there were a couple players at the firehouse, something like that. You already have some sort of situational awareness, so the heartbeat sensor, although it would give you a little bit more of an edge, the decoy can help a little bit more because it gives you a tactical advantage on more things. It allows you to push in different directions. It allows you to have an escape route. It allows you to have so much more than what the heartbeat can offer you during that time. That is huge to have at the beginning of your match, when you can have all of those tactical advantages to push, move, and just outsmart the other teams. Another point that I want to make here is that sometimes I'll pick up a decoy instead of running the heartbeat when I'm running with a team of trios or quads, because I don't want to oversaturate the team with heartbeat sensors. I want to be able to have a couple of people that are running a heartbeat sensor, the people that you trust to check it, get that information on a pretty regular basis. But if you have a bunch of people with heartbeat sensors, then you're losing out on a bunch of other tactical equipment that you guys could be running. It doesn't help you to have 4 guys that can ping the same area. It would be a lot more logical to have another player that maybe has a stun and one that has a decoy and stuff like that. So that's why I pick the decoy to run during that time. So similar also to the first situation, I wanted to throw out this third situation is during the bounties. So usually when I'm starting off a solos or squads, I'm going for a bounty first because I want to get in the right vibe, in the right mindset for being aggressive during that game, and you're getting, a bonus for becoming aggressive. So it's a win-win. When you're doing that, I like to have that decoy because you can, again, push in those weird ways. You can make them uncomfortable while you throw one way and move in on another side. And again, it's just huge to have that benefit of making the enemy team feel uncomfortable in a time when they're already pretty uncomfortable seeing that you're somewhere nearby. So when you need that extra edge to sneak under the enemy's radar, give the decoy a shot. I think you're gonna like the way it works out for you. If you liked my breakdown, there's plenty more awesome topics coming down the pipeline. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Check out my Twitter for my posting and streaming schedule, and come and hang out on stream. I want to make that a place where people can come, ask questions, chill, hang out, and just have fun. I think that's it for now. Until next time, this is Xander, signing out.